Since Monday, Polish truck drivers have blocked 3 border crossings with Ukraine. They are demanding an end to the free movement of Ukrainian truckers in Poland. The protesters say they plan to allow only 1 truck an hour, with the exception of vehicles carrying humanitarian and military help, animals or perishable products. Passenger cars are still able to pass. The situation is already a disaster. Cargo vehicles are stuck in huge queues, struggling to enter or leave Poland. The protests are also inflaming already heightened tensions between Ukraine and Poland. I'm Dominic Culverwell, business reporter at the Kyiv Independent. I'm here to explain why the protests are happening, what they mean for Ukrainian truckers, and what this means for Polish-Ukrainian relations, already seeming to be hanging on by a thread. For more videos about Ukraine, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ukraine and the EU set up the Solidarity Lanes initiative in spring last year to overcome export problems caused by Russia's blockade of Ukraine's Black Sea ports. The initiative covered road, rail and river exports. It allows Ukrainian truckers to enter the EU without any permits until June next year. Brussels will then decide if it should be extended. The initiative has been a lifesaver for Ukraine, allowing it to continue to export goods such as grain, steel and wood, as well as import crucial goods such as fuel and humanitarian aid. This has been critical for Ukraine's economy. Exports via the lane generated 38 billion euros for Ukrainian farmers and businesses since March 2022, according to the EU. This is helping keep millions of Ukrainians in work, despite the huge challenges posed by Russia's invasion. So far, the Solidarity Lanes initiative has done its job. So, what's the problem? There has been a huge influx of Ukrainian trucks through Polish checkpoints since the start of the full-scale invasion. The Polish transport industry says there have been 900,000 crossings between the countries so far this year. This is a massive step up from the 180,000 trucks that passed through annually before the start of Russia's war against Ukraine. Polish truck drivers claim this is hurting their business. They say that Ukrainian truckers are transporting cargo within Poland and beyond at a much cheaper price, undercutting local drivers. The protesters are calling for Warsaw and Brussels to reimpose restrictions on the number of Ukrainian truckers allowed into Poland and reissue permits. They also say that Russian and Belarusian firms have been setting up entities in Poland and want to ban transportation companies from outside the EU. This story may sound familiar. The truckers took inspiration from Polish farmers who protested against Ukrainian grain flooding the market earlier this year. In response to the protests, Warsaw imposed a ban on the import of Ukrainian agricultural products, recently extended in September. The embargo was allegedly to protect the interests of Polish farmers, but ended up fomenting tensions with Ukraine and the EU. Kyiv is still in negotiations with Poland about how to sort out the issue, but the current protests are likely to make things worse. Ukraine's ambassador to Poland, Vasyl Zwarich, condemned the protests. Serhiy Dekach, a deputy minister at Ukraine's infrastructure ministry, said the demands were unacceptable in the face of Ukraine's current export problem. The news isn't ideal for Ukrainian businesses that rely on the solidarity lanes to stay alive. But overall, there are far more important and successful export options. This includes railroads, Danube river ports, and the temporary corridor in the Black Sea, all of which can transport far higher rates of grain than trucks. The main issue here is deteriorating relations with Poland and the impact it can have on future support. Poland is also in the process of transition of power, following recent elections won by an opposition coalition. Warsaw has been a keen supporter of Ukraine, but the war is far from over. It is therefore important that this support continues, both among the government and the Polish people. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about the latest news in Ukraine, subscribe to our channel.